It is 11 p.m. You have survived the day. Your brain feels completely drained, and you finally sit down for your first moment of quiet. Then, your phone lights up with a message from that one person who only reaches out when their world is on fire. Before you even check in with your own exhaustion, you pick up. You listen, you soothe, and you absorb their chaos so they can finally breathe. By the time they go to sleep, their nervous system has borrowed yours, and you are left lying wide awake, holding a quiet, heavy resentment. We are going to examine the psychological conditioning that put you in this position. Then we're going to grab your phone and physically build a set of pre-written boundary scripts you can use to protect your time and energy. Until you establish a system to manage these conversations, you are operating as an unpaid emotional emergency room rather than an equal participant in a healthy friendship. Think back to the environment you grew up in. For many, connection wasn't something given freely. It was something earned by being useful, by being the one who held everything together for everyone else. Psychologists refer to this conditioning as parentification. If your home featured anxiety or emotional volatility, you learned very early that your safety depended entirely on the moods of the adults around you. You learned to read the room the way other kids learned math, making yourself low maintenance so no one would explode. This creates the fawn trauma response. It is a highly effective nervous system strategy where you survive by aggressively people-pleasing and soothing the distress of others. Fast forward to today, and that childhood reflex still dictates your interactions. When a friend reaches out in distress, your brain treats their problem as an immediate threat to your own safety. Inside your head, high empathy makes your mirror neurons light up like an alarm. You biologically absorb their emotional storm. Your body responds accordingly. Trauma dumping spikes stress hormones, pushing cortisol up and keeping your nervous system on high alert. There is a crucial distinction to make here. Empathy simply says, I see you and I feel with you. But emotional responsibility says, I have to fix this or it's my fault. When you mistake empathy for emotional responsibility, you become their oxygen mask. Over time, that constant emotional regulation leads directly to compassion fatigue and secondary trauma, leaving you entirely depleted. To stop this cycle, you need a cognitive filter. You need a system to assess incoming emotional demands before your nervous system automatically engages. Looking at these two text formats, we can see the difference between healthy venting and trauma dumping. Venting is a brief, time-limited conversation. Trauma dumping is uninvited emotional flooding, hitting you without warning or permission. We can filter out that flooding by applying the 3 C's framework. Every healthy emotional exchange must meet these 3 criteria. As these gates show, the first requirement is consent. Both people agree to the conversation. The second is capacity. Both people have the mental energy to engage. And the third is reciprocity. The emotional support goes both ways over time. By consistently applying this filter, you realize that boundaries are not defensive walls designed to keep people out. They are manageable gates that decide who gets access to your energy and when. Let's build your defense system right now. Open the Notes application on your smartphone. We are going to write down specific emergency scripts so you don't have to figure out what to say when you are overwhelmed. Step 1 on our boundary ladder is simply to delay. This is for those moments when you receive a message, but responding immediately would drain your remaining energy. Type this in your notes. I saw this and I can't talk right now, but I can check in tomorrow. Step 2 is for a more intense situation. This is for the midnight emergency, when a friend is spiraling and expects you to regulate their emotions. Add this second line. I love you, I'm not abandoning you, but I'm drained and I can't do this right now. Let's talk tomorrow. Finally, we need a proactive script. This is the boundary you apply to yourself before you initiate a heavy conversation with someone else. Type this third and final line. Do you have the capacity for something heavy right now? Having these scripts saved on your phone means you don't have to negotiate your boundaries in real time. When a high-stress text arrives, you simply copy, paste, and send, preventing your fawn trauma response from completely hijacking your brain. The first time you send one of these scripts, your nervous system will panic. It will whisper that if you aren't immediately useful, you will be abandoned, and you will likely feel a wave of guilt. But pay attention to what happens next. The people who respect your autonomy will accept the boundary and stay. The ones who walk away didn't want a mutual friendship. They just wanted a container for their own stress. Your unlimited availability is a job description. It is not, and never has been, a requirement for genuine love. Protecting your personal peace is the only sustainable way to truly support the people you care about. If this process resonated with you, drop a comment below and let us know which role you've been stuck in, the fixer, the listener, or the strong one.